we go. So, let's get this going. So today we're going to be covering InTouch. We're going to have the first couple of reminders. Please make sure you refrain from unmuting yourself. We will have a chat section towards the end of the session. So if you have any questions, go ahead, plug in your chat. Your question in the chat, and I will make sure to go ahead and check those out. Like I mentioned, the session is recorded, so if you do have to step out, take a call, or anything like that, don't worry, we will be recording it, and I will be sending it out towards the end of the day today. So what's our agenda? We will be going over InTouch, seeing what it's really entails, what's the importance of having a CRM, and then we're going to go through a live demo. We're going to go through the Help Center, getting those settings for your account specifications, entering and managing your contacts, and then giving a little overview of your Marketing Center. And then at the end, of course, I'll go ahead and review your questions and give you some answers onto that. So first off, what is InTouch? Well, InTouch is powered by Market Leader, and it's provided a CRM. It is your client records management. So it's a customizable website. So in your CRM, you're able to have your customized website where it actually is supported with your IDX feed. So it's connected to your MLS account. And what it does, it provides your website to be a search engine as well. So you could direct your clients over to your website and have your client look for properties directly from your site, and then they're able to register from there, and you'll be able to start receiving those leads as opposed to sending your client over to coldbanker.com or Zillow. You could send them straight to your website and have that search engine right onto there. One of your tabs will have that capability. Another great thing, one of the main things, is a contact management. This is where you'll be able to upload your current clients, past clients, coworkers, anyone in your sphere, potential clients, anyone, and you'll be able to keep track of your contacts, import them in a bulk, or export them whenever you need to upload any, update any of your contacts onto there. And also, we have a Marketing Center. There, you'll be able to manage one-off marketings. You could create drip campaigns. You could create listening alerts, anything like that, all on the Marketing Center. You could also create flyers, even create postcards. So they have different options right on your InTouch account. We also have a Help Center. So right inside InTouch, they have their Help Center. Usually on our other tiles, we have the Help Center is on the tile on desk. Within InTouch, the Help Center is inside the tile. So I'll be able to review that section and show you exactly how that looks. And then on top of that, I'll show you how to search for it on desk, because if you already know your desk, there's 20 to 30 different tiles, and it's really hard to find all of the tiles on a fast pace. So as you can notice, there is a little section on the top right of your desk.
No, and it's,
And so you'll be able to make sure that right on the top right corner, you'll be able to search that tile based on productivity, marketing, open ecosystem, financing. So right now it's part of your marketing section. It will later on be transferred over to your open ecosystem, because it will be opening it up for your ability to choose if you want InTouch in the future. So what is a CRM? CRM stands for Client Relationship Management. A CRM is one of your most important items because real estate is built on relationships. So in order to maintain those relationships, we have to have a nice client management where we could track our relationship over time, so we could see exactly when we had those touch points with them. And if an agent doesn't have the right infrastructure, how are you going to keep track of all of your contacts? How are you going to keep track of your business? Since real estate is a relationship built transactions. So you need to know where your clients are coming from. You need to know who you're going to be referring to. So this is a great way to kind of keep track of all of your contacts in one location. So how are we able to do that? So it will help you to stay organized. So keep all your clients in one location. You'll be able to organize them in different groups. So we have buyer settings, we have seller settings, we even have buyer/seller. So if you're going to be doing dual agencies on that, on both sides, you're going to be able to organize them in different sections. You'll be able to track on them and hold them accountable, or set yourself accountable. You'll be able to set yourself reminders and make notes right on their contact field. So you'll be able to keep track of it on each contact and their specifications. So you'll be able to save time because it automates tasks for you. So those listing alerts, the moment a listing goes live within your client's criteria, they will receive that email. You will be able to set your drip campaigns for your marketing emails, and then once a month they'll have that marketing newsletter, and you really don't have to do anything. You just set it and forget it, and they'll receive that warm contact from you. It also makes follow-up really easy. It keeps track of when was the last time you contacted them. You'll be able to check yourself, and as long as you're going inside InTouch on a daily basis, or I really recommend going into InTouch on a daily basis to keep track of those contacts, and it helps you stay competitive. Over 70% of agents have a CRM. They have a place where they input all their contacts and they keep track of those touch points with each of those clients or potential clients. How does it work? Well, because InTouch is one location where you have your CRM, it holds your website, and you have your marketing center, it makes it a lot easier to connect them. So with your website, someone will go on your website, they'll use that search engine, and they'll start populating listings. And let's say, hey, I want to save that listing. How can I save that listing? Well, that client or that viewer will be able to register on your website. And the moment they register, well, now you have created an automated CRM, so that because that client entered their contacts onto your website, you already automatically have that lead. So that contact will populate on your contacts now. And now you'll be able to track their activity within your website and seeing what listings, what properties they looked at, if they favorited any, or that way you could say, hey, so-and-so, I saw that you were looking at this property. Would you like me to schedule you a viewing? And that way you're on top of it. They know that you're paying attention to them and seeing what else you could add them. So now that you have them as a contact, then you can continue and add them to your email drip campaigns. And now you'll be able to start staying in contact on a monthly basis, just sending them their newsletter, sending them a happy birthday message, or congratulations, or a happy anniversary for your home. It's been a year. How is it doing? Are you ready to upgrade? Things like that. So this is a way where your CRM is going to be able to connect to your marketing center and to your website. So the moment that you send an email through your marketing center, it will have your website, and they'll click on your website, and they'll be able to go back and search for properties. So that is the cycle that we want to continue. Oh, not the question and answers, because now we're going to go to the live demo. Let me come here, switch my screen. And let me double check to see if we have any questions. No questions. All right, perfect. So now you're going to see my desk. Like I mentioned, right up here, you'll be able to see, you could customize your desk, you could filter it. So now you'll click on your InTouch account. I already had it open, but it's okay. So this is your page you're going to come into. It's going to you'll have the first dashboard is where your contacts are at. You'll be able to see immediately how many contacts you have or which are the most active. this is my account. I really don't have a lot of agent contacts onto there, but it just will show you exactly. So if I have Ari and he has a particular property, I'll be able to do that. So let's say, let's create one contact already. So we're going to come here. We're going to do one individual. So we're going to go up to contacts and just create a contact. Pretty simple. So with this contact, it gives you all sorts of sections that you could fill in for that particular client. So you could go as in depth as you want with their contact information, or the most minimal, which is first name, last name, email. So I will go ahead and do that. And then I could either have the phone number or an email. So I'll just put in that email. Okay, so now I have that email. I could go ahead and already organize him depending on what criteria he is. So he is a coworker or past client, so I could go ahead and do that as a personal contact, or I could go ahead and put them as a seller. I could go ahead and already organize my contact depending if it's a new contact, a cold, warm, however, we want to put it new. That way the system knows that we're going to be paying attention to this contact immediately. So now you will go ahead and just hit the save button right onto there. Oh, I didn't spell it right. Because I didn't spell it right. Oh, haha, I know what it is. I put it. And so that it has two save sections. So one at the top, or if you're going to be filling out most of it, it has another save button on the bottom just in case you have any issues with that. So now once it saves it, it's going to go ahead and now populate that contacts or that client's contact page. So here you'll be able to see exactly what information you've added on. As you can tell, there's no search properties onto here. So let's say Todd wants to look at properties in Carmel already. And so I want to create a listing alert right on here. So since I already created his contact, I could come over here and hit the little house with the green plus sign. So you'll go ahead and click on it and say, what are we going to name him? So he wants to look at properties in Carmel. So I'm going to put Carmel area. And so how frequently do I want him to receive the email? So I could do daily. So what he will receive one email every day with all of the active listings from the day before. Or because the buyer's market is so crazy right now, we want to put it as soon as possible. So as soon as a listing goes live on MLS, we're going to want that listing to go in and to receive that email to be received. So we will go ahead and make sure that we have soon as possible. Make sure that you are receiving a copy as well. That way you know exactly what properties that client received. And then now you're going to be able to say, hey, I saw that property. Did you receive the email? Let's meet up so we can view that property, that location. Obviously, if you, let's say, working with rentals, you could go ahead and put yourself on that. Send yourself a copy, put in an email subject line that will that client will pay attention to, or it will generate a generic subject line. So I would suggest going in, putting a little time on there, spicing up that email subject line. That way they get their attention. So we could do Todd's future picks. That way, make it exciting. That way they know, like, oh my God, my future home is going to be on that. So now you could do it that way now that you have the email subject line. Let's pick an area. Usually the easiest way is going to be the area, so you could just go ahead and put in the zip code that you want. So 93923. 939. And then it'll populate that. Trick with this is that if you want to add another zip code, you'll come in here, delete it. And let's say Carmel has various zip codes in that location. So then we will go ahead and do 93921, hit enter. Oh, I went a little too crazy on here. So it saved it. It's okay, because now we know that the house is blue. So if that happens to you, now you know that it's saved. So we could go back into the little blue house, hit edit, and we'll be able to go back in there. So with this guy, let's see if I want to hit enter. My computer, it's not liking it. Here we go. There, thank you. Thank you for holding on with me. So now you have another zip code onto there. So you could keep adding on zip codes. So let's say he wants to do Carmel, but then Pebble Beach is still in his area. So then we could still go in and add Pebble Beach in that location. Or we could create a second listing alert. So we could do one listing alert for Carmel and then a second listing alert for Pebble Beach, depending if however you want that client to receive these listing alerts. Or you could go in and hit switch area. You could go in and draw the area just like you would do in MLS with those listing alerts. Then you could just come in, play, put in that price criteria. Minimum is 1.5. Bed and bath, just like in MLS listing alerts, you will go ahead, hit save. And now he has a listing alert. He will be receiving these the moment they go active. Let's say he found his perfect home, he's done with it. We can just go back the same to the blue house, hit delete search. Are you sure? And we're gonna hit yes. And now that's how you'll be able to create one listing alert and then delete the listing alert once they found their perfect home. So that's how you do a contact. If you want to import a bunch of contacts all at the same time, if you have an Excel sheet, you will go to the import contacts section. And right here, you'll be able to find a nice location to import it. If let's say you don't know what the layout should look like, you could click on tips to prepare your listing, your contact list, and it will give you that information onto there. It'll give you a little step-by-step on how to import your contact. Let's start an import. It will actually give you a sample. So if you hit download file template, it will download an Excel file for you where you could literally just plug and play all of your other listings in case you don't know exactly the layout and you have them either in your phone book written out, or you have them in pieces of paper all over the place. You could use this Excel sheet, download it to your computer, and you'll be able to save everything. It's in the template that InTouch allows. And so once you have that, you could either upload it in a CSV file or through your Outlook or Gmail account. I always recommend CSV file because it's a lot safer, faster to transfer that way. So once you choose your file, you'll be able to upload it and go to the next. So let's do a little sample. And so it'll find errors for you. So let's say it's missing a name. It'll let you know that they have an error. That way you'll be able to go in there, go to your contact list, make that edit there, and then it will upload that list for you. Along there, it will showcase all of the little headers that your Excel sheet has. So let's say you really don't care where the lead source came from, so you could just leave that blank and then continue on. But because there is an error in this Excel sheet, it will not let you continue. So it does make sure that your contacts are full, that no missing information's on there. So obviously you just want that first name, last name, email address on there to make sure that you have it accurate onto that, and you'll be able to import them. Also, if you have all of your contacts in InTouch and you want to make sure that you have your contacts, you're able to export them whenever you want. You own your contacts. These are your people and we will not take them. So you have the flexibility and the liberty to go in, export them whenever you need to. So that's just the quick tips on the contact section. To make sure that all of your contact information is accurate, you're going to go to the top right corner. You're going to hit My Account. And this is where you want to make sure that anything that's going to be public face is going to be added through here. So you want to make sure that your title is there, your license number is updated, any of your phone numbers. So if you click on Edit, you'll be able to add what forms of contact you're able for all of your clients, any additional phone numbers. If, let's say, because you have a CRM with InTouch, it will create a CRM, excuse me, an email, but you could always replace that to use your personal email onto there. And then also right onto this section, it will open up your bio. So you could do a bio summary and then your full bio. Along this bio, you'll be able to put in pictures, videos, get creative with that. We have another session where we could go more in depth into how to make your website much more attention grabbing and having a lot more animated buttons onto there or features onto there. But this is a nice quick way to kind of put in your personalized information onto there. You'll make sure you hit save. And then towards the bottom, you'll also be able to upload all of your social media links. Obviously, we want to recommend that as well. And they will be all added onto the bottom and you'll be able to showcase them on your website. So let's say you're having an issue with something and you don't know how to get help. Well, you'll go to the little question section on the top and you go to training and support. Their help center is much more equipped to help with all of the market leader questions. So usually they have very helpful tips, tricks, videos, how-tos on how to do it. So if you have any questions and you feel like you need an answer right away, this is a place where you could go in, search for stuff, sign up for an additional training. But of course, you always have your training through SalesPro. So that's one of the good questions. One of the great locations onto there. InTouch, there is a pro version where you do have to pay on a yearly basis. Right now we're in the transition, so our I know you've heard there's MoxieWorks coming into play in the future. So InTouch is going to be turning into an open ecosystem, so that if that's an option, if you really like InTouch, then I would maybe recommend going into the pro option, but there's good stuff coming in the future. So I would hold off a little bit more to see what those quick and awesome candies that are going to be dropped by MoxieWorks. So that's going to be coming up, but there are pro. So if you do have a pro account, then you do have a chat version, a chat box with InTouch where you'll be able to go in and get in contact with someone a lot quicker on that play. But that's through the pro version. And so your market leader, your market center, so right on the little target sign is where you'll find your market center. You'll go ahead and click on it. And then you'll be able to find your monthly newsletter, your campaigns, any campaigns that you've already activated, your designs, any images you've uploaded, any mailing lists that you've uploaded right onto there. So usually monthly newsletter, you have a preset newsletter. So this is going to be showing me last year's. So let's not go there. we're going to go to my campaigns. That's the one that's going to show you your monthly newsletter. So if you go to my campaigns, you'll see the monthly newsletter onto there, but you're able to activate additional newsletters. So let's say you want to have like a holiday newsletter. You could go ahead and add a new campaign, and it will populate 2022 seasonal holiday emails. So you could go ahead, choose the template, activate it, and now you have, in between your monthly newsletter, you have your seasonal holiday emails coming in through there. You could also have, let's see if I have holiday. So there's like even offbeat holidays where it just has some random national dress up your pet day. So they have quirky things if you want to have some supplemental marketing in between your month. You could go ahead and add those in your My campaign section under My Design, Manage Designs. You'll be able to see any of your past created emails that you've used. So as you could tell here, anything that I've past created, or let's say I want to do something from scratch. There's so many options for emails. So e-blast, are you ready to sell your home? Are you ready to buy a home? Not finding exactly what you want. So any supplemental marketing material that you want to send out, you could come in here and take advantage of it. So you could just click on this National Dress Up Your Pet Day. Found it. You'll come in here, hit personalized, and it will automatically populate your information off of your email signature. So all of your contact information and your account settings will be populated onto that automated email signature. So you really don't have to do much. So after you come in here, you could even upload the picture of your own dog and then make it a little fun. And then you could even do a call of action. Hey, send me a picture of your dog, your pet in a costume so I could share it on my Instagram, share it on my Facebook page. And that way you're kind of building up excitement and not just always saying, hey, do you want to buy or sell? Obviously, you don't have to do the pets. There's other options, but it's good to get those ideas going so they could see you as a source of information, as someone that you're an expert in the community and not just someone that's going to want to help their business, just their business. You're there to help them maintain that relationship when they're moving and when they're buying their house. So once you hit save, you'll go ahead and hit save on that. Hit exit, and now you'll be able to just compose the email straight from here. So it'll open up an email settings. It'll populate the email right onto there. You could just go in and say, hey, I want to send it to Ari and Todd. Save changes. And now I could just hit send, and both Ari and Todd will receive the email. Individually, it will look like I sent it only to one of them. And that's something you could also schedule it. So if you want to schedule it in the future, you want to do set one day where you're going to pre-schedule any upcoming newsletters that you want to send out, schedule it on your calendar, go into InTouch, schedule all of it for that whole month, and you won't even have to worry about it. All of your marketing is going to be done for that month, and you could just worry about your clients that are working on those offers and putting in those bids. So that is just a quick recap of all the great things that you could do in InTouch. I didn't touch the websites. Websites are much more in depth. There's a lot of going on in the websites. So I want to go in and stop the recording and then see